Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am Carolyn Lewis. This is FBMD, Faith by My Deeds. I hope that you all have started this week out enjoying it, being prosperous, being very productive, and monitoring yourself, your time appropriately. That's kind of go along with what my topic is tonight is managing your thoughts. So a man thinketh, so he is. If you think that you are unworthy, if you think that you're not good enough or you're not whatever it is, you think yourself poor, you think yourself unlovable, so are you. You think that you can, you think that you have good moral standards and that you walk out those thoughts. You think that you are worthwhile. You think, and I mean living those things out, not just saying, oh yeah, I'm a worthwhile person, and then don't get off the couch. No, I meant your thoughts with action behind it. And you have the gumption about yourself where you don't allow others to tear you down according to how you want to see yourself, and where you want to see yourself on a spectrum, and also how you perceive yourself to be. So a man thinketh, so is he. If you're always thinking on wrongdoing, guess what you're going to do? You're going to do the wrong things. If you're constantly thinking on how to be um, grateful or enduring or studious, if you're thinking on being family oriented, if you're thinking on helping yourself, your family, community, if you try and always figure out how to make things better, that'll be the person you are because that's what you're thinking on. So a man thinketh, a woman, so a individual thinketh, so you are. So going back to seeing yourself, how do you see yourself? And if you're not sure, because there is a learning curve to learning yourself, your likes, your dislikes, your capabilities, the skills you need to adapt or things you need to learn. And do not be ashamed to request information, whether if it's going through reading books, encyclopedias, going through YouTube, going on chat, was it GP chat? Okay. Is it TPA chat GPT? Chat GPT? I don't know. I haven't used it. I've looked at it a few times. I don't know. I will start using it though. But look things up. There's too many other apps, and I do use other apps besides that to make videos and commentaries and so forth to have to reproduce. So there's a lot out there. Um, Jen is one that I was using. So yeah, there's different things you can use. I may not be familiar with all of them. Don't need to be familiar with everything, but I will now that it's crossed my mind to even come out my mouth. I will check that out. Um, and someone mentioned that to me today. The reason it was still fresh on my mind, so I'll look that up later. But what you focus your energy into, your mind, your time, what you focusing on, is the things that you will either on purpose be attentive to, or you're going to make a conscious decisions to walk away and ignore and not pay that any attention. So be careful with where you spend your mind. And that goes back to people. That ties right into relationship. Who are you giving your mind space to? Who are you constantly spending time with, talking to, thinking about, sending the text messages and so forth to? Who are you allowed to occupy time and space in your mind? That person worthwhile? Are they a good, decent person? Is it someone that you can relate to for real? Or is it someone you got was getting to know, but you start noticing too many red flags? If that be the case, get away from the red flags. Don't collect red flags. When you start collecting red flags, that's your cue to dismiss yourself without explanation. A lot of the times, just this is not for me and go, because you'll get to spending too much time somewhere you shouldn't. So that therefore your thought process is there and very present when you're getting to know someone. On the job, if you're paying attention, yes, might be nervous. Yes, you are possibly or should be at some time from time to time learning new skills, learning new rules and regulations, trying to optimize your time and your production while you're there. So yes, you're constantly growing, but how do you get the best out of the time that you have on the job with the knowledge that you have and the knowledge that you want to receive? So how we think, how we perceive ourselves and others is vital to what we do in life, how we perceive ourselves in this life, or how our family sees us as well. So if you're constantly going and going and you don't think about where you are in life, you're just going day by day. What happens, happens. Oh, I don't know I don't have nothing planned for the day. Plan something then. If you're getting up and you ain't got nothing planned for the whole day, and that's usually nothing planned, and guess what? Nothing's going to happen. Nothing that's going to build you up. Nothing that's going to build your family up. Nothing that's going to build your community up. Nothing that's going to put you in the path and in the route that you want to live, the you want to gain, that you want to obtain. Keep something on your to-do list, your agenda list, something to learn. Always learning. That's part of your thinking too. Always learning. How do you think? Another area, your thinking. You can have some stinking thinking, or you can have elevated thinking where you're always thinking about how to elevate yourself and others. But if you have automatic thought process that's negative, not positive, stinking thinking, that can be changed. It takes some effort, but replacing a negative with two or three positives, so replacing um, I'll never be good enough. Yes, I am good enough because what I am that I am. I am good enough. I help others. I care for others. I love myself. I want better life. I have this skill or that skill. I'm capable of learning. Whatever it is, you need to, for every one negative thought, give yourself 3 to 6 more positive thoughts. And if you can't think of that many, then you need to research yourself and look around at other aspects. You may not know the things that's possible to have to, oh, I never even considered that. So the people you're around, make sure that the communication that you have with them is on a positive level, that it is communication that can build you up and not tear you down. Make sure that the people, you say, show me your friends, show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are, or I can tell you where you're going. I can tell you what trouble lies ahead. There's some truth to that, because birds of a feather flock together. Okay? One bad apple can spoil the whole bunch. Apple, that orange, or apples and orange, you can have different fruits in a basket, but if something go wrong, that one can mess up all the rest. So show me your friends. Let's see what they're doing. Are they studious? Are they keeping up their grades? Are they obedient? Do they help around at home? Are they focused on having a future? Don't wait till you're 16, 17, 18, getting ready to graduate. Start thinking about what it is that you think you may want to do in life, or what you notice come easy to you. Think on that early. It's okay to dream, even if you have to change that dream or that thought. It's okay, because even after you are an adult and you're working in a career that you want to be in, that's going to change sometime down the road too. Especially if you're starting out working hard. I'm going to be in the factory. I want the benefits. I want to set time on, time off. Well, when you get older, you're gonna be like, I want more. I need more. finances. I need more benefits. I want a job that sends me traveling. I want a job that allow me to be at home this time enough. So that's gonna change. And if the glass ceiling is not so that you can go up where you are and be happy there, you're gonna change the route in which you're working. You'll change a whole new field because of what your thoughts are telling you you want. So be mindful, be careful of your thoughts, and do not share your conscience. Do not make sure that you ignore your conscience enough where you kill it, where you don't have one. Because a person with no conscience, a person whose mindset don't guide them in the right direction, that's a dangerous individual to themselves and to others. So, what I'm going to do here, because there is a lot of thought process that's keeping some people depressed, there's a lot of thought process that's keeping people from healing after breakups or divorce or family conflict. There's a lot of thinking process that's keeping someone from going back to school or changing their career, staying on a job that's literally making you physically sick, headaches thinking about going to work, backaches, leg aches, your eyes hurt, your stomach hurt. You're literally sick getting up, going back and forth to work. And when I was young and had my kids at home, I did work a job for years that it got so, wake up, my head, oh, I got a migraine. Then, oh, no, today is off day. Boom, I'm good. Time is either you remember it's an off day, or it's a holiday, I ain't got going today, or oh, I got a PTO I can take. Your head quit hurting, your stomach quit hurting. That's a job that your body is not wanting you to go to every day. It's tired of you dragging it there, kicking and screaming. So, what else is it that you can do? What else do you need? And I did take on a new job in a totally different field. I went from healthcare to being in a factory just so it was less stress, in, out, holidays off, da da da. I enjoyed that. Schools usually we was off when the schools were closed, so I could be at home with the kids. I had insurance and holiday pay, some of the things you didn't get working at a hospital or something because what? The hospital never closed. Now, one promise I did make to myself and to my children, considering I was a single parent, is that Thanksgiving, Christmas, I'm going to be at home with you. If I have to work someone else's shift to be able to be off, if I have to work so many days ahead to get things done, caught up or whatever, I'm gonna be off. If it means just not going in that day and taking a write up, I'll be at home. But that's what family means to me, that family time. It's not just a holiday if your children are at home expecting you to be there. So that was my priority. I'm not saying that has to be your priority. You need your own set of priorities in life that you focus on. And my children was my priority. Um, I needed something, and that's how I wind up changing jobs again, so that I could be at home when they're home, at school when they at school, and seeing the need of the children at the school. I became a substitute teacher, and that way I was flexible with my hours. I was at home when they was there, but then a need in the community, a need with the children, a need seeing that the same kid is getting in trouble. This kid is becoming, they just ignore him because, oh, he always in trouble. That I don't even why. No one looked at the why. Teachers don't always have time to look at the why. They worry about the next class, the next test, the grading of this, the grading of that, and this child fell through the cracks. Always in trouble, just fell right on through the cracks. So I started paying attention to that. But then I had a situation to go about that I just couldn't. It was another incident with a teacher, so with a child that just shook me to the core. And it's like, I got to go back to school. This kid needs someone there to listen, a counselor. I initially thought I was going in for uh, School counselor. School counselors don't really get the help like they would want to because your hands are tied. You're teaching, and you got to take on a class. You got extra rules to follow. So it's like, okay, keep going in school. Keep going in school. Okay, now the whole family, because if you're just helping this child or helping this here, the family unit needs helping, and you can't heal the family, help the family, propel the family forward by just helping this one child because this child is part of a unit, and you can't fix a whole unit by just working on this here. So yeah, I just kept going until now it's family oriented. I'm definitely family oriented, working with husband, wives, children, the whole unit. Premarital, I push premarital extremely, extremely, because marriage is not exactly what you think it is. Even if it's your second marriage, you're going to have some preconceived notions that you either not going to consider or that's going to be wrong. You're going to have some preconceived notions that are wrong. And then it's going to be some things that never even came up or you thought wasn't possible. So those are the things that must be taken into consideration. And here I am. And I was thinking about this. Let's see, today is 7/6/26. I want to say, let's see, 6/7/8. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No catchy jingle, no feel, but I am saying by Wednesday, I will say something. And if it come back with a catchy tune, what point in this video is this? It says 16:44. 16:44. I know the time is steady ticking now, but I'm gonna write that time down. 16 minutes and 44 seconds. You book with me by this Wednesday, the 8th, and give me the time that I said I would do the second session free. Then you can have that. I do up to three like that. 16:44. Your second session will be free. Why didn't you say the first? Well, it is. I am in the helping business, but I'm also needing some, business costs. So you're not just doing free things. So today is 7/6/26, 16:44 by Wednesday, 7/8/26. Second session free. All right. So you can either call me, email me, text me. Don't just put it in the, well, yeah, because you given the time. So yeah, I won't say put it in the comment section. Inbox me, email me, or call me. Number is 256-398-1184. Email is faith by my D's, FAITHBYMYDEEDS @yahoo.com, or inbox me on Facebook with FBMD. And that could also be FBMD groups or FBMD baby girl, what's your question? So I'm gonna put this video in each one of those groups. And like I said, first three by Wednesday, second session free. Okay. That's just a little free, yeah, for July. All right, I'm going to end this now. And I hope that I've said something that you can use, something that you can put into actions, or give you that notion. Go ahead and call me so that we can continue working more in depth in an area that you want to focus on, or on a situation that you want to advance in. All right, I am Carolyn Lewis. This is FBMD, Faith by My Deeds. Take care of yourself.